Good morning. I think I want the point of this video to be nothing's going on, and I'm excited to get back into this coffee shop. I think that's like the message I want to put in this video. There's some things I could talk about, so I'll just ramble for a couple minutes off the dome about some things going on. But honestly, I woke up and I was like, I just want to get back to this coffee shop that I've been going to the past now 2 days, and continue working on this, coding this MVP, which has actually been fun. Like finally, feels like finally, I have like a challenge to overcome. So anyway, I walked into the coffee shop yesterday, and I went the day before, and there aren't really that many people that go to this one, but it's got some nice tables and outlets and really good quality espresso. And I walked in yesterday at like 8:02 or something. They open at 8, and I walk in and I start walking towards one of the tables, and the guy goes, hi, good morning. And then like maybe 2 seconds later, he goes, double espresso? And I was like, yes, please. So that was nice. And on my way out, he said, see you tomorrow. So got that going on. Food has been actually aligning properly. I've been going to Sala at lunch at Berjaya Times Square, that mall. It's on like the I think southwest of me, the hostel. Going there for lunch. It involves a little bit more walking, and then coming back, eating nuts and sipping on protein shake until 4 p.m. I went on a walk yesterday. Really good think session. What was I working on? What are the biggest changes, the biggest things that have changed in the past 3 to 6 months with the kind of I would just say mindset, perspective, intention to help whoever is that like one rung below me. Like what was the step that got me from one rung down to where I am now? And I think I want to do this like did I do it every quarter, 3 months or so? Anyway, some really good insights. One thing I did notice that felt like capturing is, I was working on my laptop in the afternoon. Yeah, this video is just going to be a jumbled mess of stuff. That's okay. Working on my laptop in the afternoon. Got to be like 4:30 or so. Closed the laptop. And went on a walk. And there was this like lag in my brain that like I knew I was going on a walk, and I knew typically on my long walks I'll listen to YouTube videos or podcasts or something, but this one I had also known that I needed to continue thinking about this topic, like what are the biggest changes in the last 3 months. because it wasn't going to come from me just sitting behind my laptop. Like I needed to walk for my subconscious to like work on it. And so I started walking, and I like just like was instinctively taking out my earbuds, and I caught myself in the moment, and I was like, no, like I want to think through this, and there's the feeling of like, but it's hard, and it's gonna be, boring because like I won't have any stimulation. But I just started, and it took about 5 minutes. There's this hump to get over of like, but I don't have that. Like I wanted that stimulation. It just came from my laptop working for 2 hours. Like the brain was like, no, I need more stimulation. Like you can't just walk with nothing. Like, but then like that's what I was saying. There's this like taper lag that came 5 to 10 minutes later, and like ramped up into just walking. Had my phone out, was taking some notes, thinking, looking around, and then all of a sudden I felt like some really good ideas coming to my mind, and then I started to like that first couple ideas was what would you say, positively motivating, because I was like, whoa, yeah, no, that's a good idea. And then like that feeling like boosted, and it was like a, what's it called, perpetual self-fulfilling cycle, whatever that, you know what I'm talking about. So but yeah, just it was that like 5 minutes. It was that singular moment of like pulling out the headphones and like starting to put them in and be like, this is just because like I'm coming off of all this stimulation, and I want to keep that same level, but like I just need to get through the next 5 minutes, and then I'll be fine. So that was interesting. Started a conversation, not a conversation, started an exchange with this cute girl at the hostel yesterday. It was very dry, didn't go anywhere, that's okay. All that matters is that I did it, and it matters even more because I made eye contact with this girl and smiled. She had smiled back. Like we both smiled at each other like 3 times in the past 2 or 3 days. I was just like waiting for the right moment, like the perfect moment. And yesterday had the perfect moment. It's like after working, I was washing my water bottle at the sink, and like she came in and she had like a bag of something going for the fridge, and the fridge was like right next to the sink, and like opens the fridge, like puts her thing in, and then like looks up at me and smiles, and I was like, yes, this is it. So little win there. What else? I've been more interested in and learning more about in the past week, couple days. Learning about the biological effects, the biology and psychology behind sexual desires, specifically masturbation, and trying to, I've just been trying to learn more about controlling sexual energy, and I feel like I'm noticing this discrepancy in the fabric of society. It's a very grand term. There's the whole nofap community, and they're pushing their message. And then there's like, what would you say, like science, or like the rest of mainstream society that's pushing like, no, masturbation is healthy and it's good for you, and like, no, porn is okay. And it's like, so I'm just trying to, I will say, I don't want to categorize myself as being literally in the middle of this. It feels like I'm in the middle of this, but I have found a lot of benefits from nofap, and I think I'm trying to look for evidence to back up the benefits that I've experienced, but nobody's done any studies on this, and it's kind of frustrating. I've been reading so many PubMed articles of like research papers and surveys and what are they called, meta-analysis papers, and it's kind of frustrating that nobody has really researched the, what would you say, time, the frequency effects of masturbation on, and what I'm most interested in is like motivation, behavior, energy, focus, like that kind of stuff. And there doesn't seem to be much about that. And so, I've been spending a little bit of my quote-unquote free time past couple days, like some meals. Last night had like 45 minutes before going to bed. I was just like, I was just watching a bunch of YouTube. So like, let's do some more research, and came across I was like, I think I want to go into this in a different video. Maybe at some point I'll like synthesize all of these learnings, because I do feel like I've had some mindset shifts and learnings that I think would be helpful for somebody else, or my past self kind of thing. But I was like, I was asking ChatGPT, like, teach me all like the old techniques. Like, what's the old school methodologies for controlling sexual energy? Because like Napoleon Hill is one of the big ones, talking about sexual transmutation. And it brought up two things that I think were the most interesting. And that is Tantra, just like a Buddhist practice, Hindu and influenced by Hinduism and Buddhism, something like that. And the Taoist, what would you say? Taoism has a methodology, something like that, specifically about like sexual energy. And I was like, okay, now this is interesting, because it's like, I was looking up, like, Taoism has been around for over 2,000 years. And I'm just thinking, like, okay, if the average person lives, 80 years, 50 to 80 years, call it like 75. It's like, okay, my if you go back, my dad, his dad, that's 2 generations. His dad, it's like you have to go back 10, 20 generations. It's like you're telling me there's been is it a religion? I don't know if it's a religion. Maybe it is. There's been a group of ideas that have been around for 20 generations of people. It's like there's got to be something there, you know? So, anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. I feel like that's an accurate glimpse into my mind. If you're here, thanks for listening. Yeah. See ya.